Yo, how you doing, guys? It's 1/5 of them boys, me, the one AJ representing the Ministry of Wrestling. So, you know what that means? We're here. Well, I'm here. And why are we here? Because, guys, it's time for another PLE. That's right. We are talking Night of Champions. So, as usual, the guys have all put their predictions in. I'm here to just navigate you through. Let's not waste any time. Let's talk about the clash that has been a long time coming. Yes, we are talking about Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the crowning of this year's King of the Ring. It's a new day. It's a new generation. Now, if you're old enough to know, you'll know that Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes go back, way back, because they were a group of guys along with a certain millionaire who we won't mention, but they were a group of guys celebrating being in a legacy. That's correct. Yeah, it was multi-generational stars teaming up together and making a name for themselves. I was quite a big fan, actually. Pity that Ted's not still in the game. I would have liked to see him do some bits. But here we go. This is it. We are talking the American Nightmare versus the Legend Killer, now become Apex Predator, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. Now, my gut, for some reason, says WWE are going to go for a swerve ball and Randy's going to win. Now, Randy Cena, one more time. Let's bring it back, especially because our Truth, now Ron Killings, or Ron the Truth Killings, interfered in the last one. And on the other side, it is Randy Gunther. And that was always said to be, let's see those two run it back one more time. Now, on the other side, we have Cody Rhodes, John Cena. It feels like the end game. This is also what troubles me with going with this answer. I don't feel like it should be Cody just yet. Spoiler that I believe John Cena retains. On the other side, we have the Champ of Champs, which saw Cody dethrone Gunther. So either way, both of these guys have a bit of history and a bit of legacy with both the current champions. And look, Randy Orton, CM Punk will go down any day, and the tension between Punk and Rhodes has been there ever since Cody eliminated good old CM Punk. So which way do I want to go? I really want to say Randy, but I just don't see it. The marquee man himself is Cody Rhodes, so it's going to be that big hype of, once again, SummerSlam. Let it be, but I think there's more money in John Cena versus Randy Orton one more time, but let's go with the way that it's going to be, and it is naturally going to be Cody Rhodes. But damn it, I don't mind losing a point for Randy to win.
Well, the commentary team have been pushing Randy as the kind of sentimental babyface, and while there's history with him being done, frankly, dirty at last year's King of the Ring, and the fact that I do think he's got another WWE World Heavyweight title run in him, I'm still not going to pick him, because it's not that time. We just had a match with him and John Cena, what was it, a few weeks ago? And he was beaten pretty convincingly. And the winner of this gets the title match at SummerSlam, so they're not going to run back Cena and Orton or Orton and Gunther. The story being told here is with Cody Rhodes. So, and I apologize for the toilet noise in the background. So with all that said, Cody Rhodes is taking this one.
This is a good finals. If it wasn't for the fact that Randy Orton just went up against John Cena, I would have put Randy Orton to win this, because them two together, as much as everyone hating on it now, well, before and now, they're just made to wrestle each other all the time, and I want to see them against each other again. But we all know Cody's got to get a build, got to come back, got to build his way back up to being in the main event scene. I know he's in the main event scene, but for the title, unlike John Cena's last day. So with that, Cody Rhodes could be King of the Ring and demand a rematch again against John Cena. So yeah, it makes sense.
So we finally have this final, the King of the Ring final between Randy Orton and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Now, obviously, Randy Orton wants to right his wrong from the last King of the Ring tournament, and he really wants that King Orton title. but at the same time, Cody Rhodes wants to get back into the title picture, and whether he goes back to face John Cena, that's obviously something that everyone wants to see. There's got to be a John Cena and Cody Rhodes too. So with that being said, I think your new King of the Ring will be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Interesting. I'm not sure if this is going to be a one and done when we're talking about the men's finals between Orton and Cena. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that this should be a feud, but maybe this will be the start of the entire feud, similar to what happened with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, where they had their title match as friends, and then from there things just went south until they had their bitter, angry feud. I feel we might be issuing for a repeat performance, but with the Viper here. But ultimately, the winner of this match and King of the Ring is going to be Cody Rhodes, because why not have him win everything? He is the guy after all. And yeah, I guess at some point we do want to get back to Cena versus Cody. And yeah, see that go down at SummerSlam, probably where I reckon Cody will get his title back. So Cena can go on a little redemption arc to become his goody two-shoes self before he rides off into the sun. But who knows, they may subvert our expectations, yeah. But at least with this match, we know what's going to happen. Cody for the win.
Whoa! Yeah, couldn't help it. I'm going to probably stop with the singing. You heard it at the beginning, but yeah, of that video. So apologies for anyone who's not a big fan of my singing. I'm going to reduce it. But yes, it looks like all hell King Cody, because it looks like all of the ministry are backing Cody Rhodes. A lot of love for Randy Orton. A lot of love for Randy Orton. Can't help but feel how the generations have changed, because if you went back a generation, Dusty didn't have the best WWF relationship. Bob Orton was in Mania main events. But anyway, let's keep it going. And, congratulations to both men and both families and both legacies. Now, let's keep it moving. Talking of King and Queens of the Ring, here are two ladies who both screwed each other out of being potential Queens of the Ring. We're talking Dominic's mummy versus Big Mummy Cool in a street fight. Yes, we are talking Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Had the guys vote. Let's have a look.
I mean, look. What are we doing here? I don't think WWE have got any type of belief in Raquel Rodriguez whatsoever. Rhea Ripley, yes, granted, is bulletproof at this point, but she's also money. She's box office. Raquel Rodriguez is not. Rhea Ripley is winning this.
This one is a little harder than I thought I was going to say, because Rhea has just been losing everything, not been dominating in the ring, but then losing overall. But Rodriguez, Liv is off, Tom may be off, so Raquel ain't really doing much. You know what? I stated it in my short prediction. If hopefully you're gonna see that, I'm gonna stick with Rhea Ripley just because I haven't won for a little while, and give Rhea the queen. It's just a single street fight. Rhea just wins. No interference, no nothing. Rhea just beats him up. She's a star. She's one of the biggest stars in WWE right now, and I think this is a big giant house show. So Rhea, hands down, to win this.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a Donnybrook, but you know what? I don't really have much to deliberate on this one. I'm just going with the Princess of Darkness. I'm going with Rhea Ripley for the win.
So this match is effectively filler, although it's going to be like fun filler. I'll give it that. But there is no way that Rhea Ripley is walking out with the L. It's just not going to happen, man. I'm glad they're doing something with Raquel while it lives on the shelf, but ultimately she's going to fall afoul to Mommy herself, man, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley for the win.
Now, these two have been at it, and I look, nothing against anywhere in the world. I just don't think a women's street fight would be the thing that you'd overly advertise in Saudi Arabia. But you know what? The world is changing. It's progressive. Let's embrace it. We've had the first women's matches take place in Saudi Arabia. Now let's have their first street fight. It may not even be their first. I might just be bugging. But let's cut to the chase. I believe that Rhea's bulletproof enough to take this loss. Let's not waste any time. I think Raquel Rodriguez needs the victory more. It could silence her, but I think there's also extra dynamics in this, that we have a certain Roxanne Perez who will involve herself in this feud, cost Rhea the match, and now this builds the extra tension of, oh my gosh, first she had Dom, now she's swaying Raquel. What's going to happen when Liv returns? And that's the ultimate implosion that we're looking for. So I'm going for it. The winner of the street fight, Big Mummy Cool, Raquel Rodriguez. I get it. I'm alone. It's totally fine. I'm alone. But can we put some respect on Raquel? Like, I think Den is the one who's kind of said it. She needs to push. Nico and Den have both said Rhea's pretty bulletproof, which I also believe I said. And yeah, she wouldn't take the loss. Now, look, once upon a time, Raquel Rodriguez meant a big thing in NXT. Now, WWE and NXT are two very different companies. I don't care if they're all under the same banner. But yeah, let's see her bring the brutality. Yes, I did just stamp my foot in a Rhea Ripley way. I do apologize to my neighbors downstairs. But yeah, we keep it moving. Okay, guys, match 3 of Night of Champions, and it's the first of 2 title matches. Night of Champions, once upon a time, let me get this off my chest. Once upon a time, Night of Champions meant every title on the line. So we should be having the world title. No. We should be having the IC title. No. Tag title 1, tag title 2. No. Women's division, none at all. So is this really Night of Champions? No. Yes, I'm happy that we're crowning a king and queen of the ring, but let's just bring back king and queen of the ring, and let's see the old school king of the ring format, where at the time there was no queen in the ring, but let's bring back the old format. Let's see people have 2 to 3 matches in a night, battered and bruised. How the hell can they do it? Will they do it? Yes, they did. Congratulations to your new king or your new queen. But no, here we are. We're on one of 2 title matches. So here we go. The US title, where family are involved. Yeah, I've done that because it used to be I love you. Now it's I hate you. Let's not waste any time. Let's go full gear. No brakes, all gas. Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa had the guys vote. Let's have a look.
This was a long time coming. He turned face quite quick, but he's amazing in the ring. So Jacob's definitely taking this. This is one of the easiest predictions to make, even easier than Punk and John Cena. But yeah, if Solo beats Jacob now, that's just crazy. So yeah, Jacob Fatu to take this quite easily as well, even with run-ins and everyone there to go defense or whatever it is. But Jacob winning. I'll put all my money on this one.
So we finally come to a head where Jacob Fatu defends the US Championship with Solo Sikoa. And I don't know whether Jimmy's going to get involved in this one again. I don't know if we're going to see a Hikuleo appearance. But I think there's going to be some very interesting factors here. A very interesting story being told. Now, I don't know. I mean, he won the belt at WrestleMania. Is it time for Jacob to give it up? Very hard to determine. I mean, Solo could actually walk away with the US title here, and then that will kind of give Jacob Fatu something to fight for again. Or he could win and then get beat up, then Hikuleo makes his appearance and then they literally F him up after the match. But you know what? I'm going to go with my heart on this one and go with my boy. So still, yeah, that I mean, your US champion, Jacob Fatu.
Now, this next one for me is more difficult than I would have thought. It's because I fully believe that Solo at some point is going to be the one to take that United States Championship off of Jacob Fatu. Only so that Jacob can chase him, and I fully reckon the Tongans are going to come back and they're going to help Solo to win. But are we pulling the trigger on that just yet? Are we doing that at Night of Champions? I'm not sure, I'm feeling like that might be something a little bit more down the line, and that here Jacob is just going to retain. But then, obviously the feud won't end there. It's a difficult one. But I'm going to go, and still your reigning and defended US champion, Jacob Fatu.
So I've not really followed everything in the correct way, but yes, I did watch Money in the Bank, and I saw "I Hate You" Solo, but it was after what I called of the family versus Seth and Co. Ultimate, great showdown, great showdown. Look, if it wasn't for the title, which it's good to see that some of the titles are in for Night of Champions, I would probably give Solo the advantage on this one. Just extra family members, but hey, who knows? Maybe, as I'm saying it, I'm calling it. Maybe we get Jake Jeff Cobb. I'm not calling him. Oh, yeah, JC Mateo. But maybe he comes out. But maybe then the God come down. Then yes, Big Jim comes down. But so does Yeet Man, because he's not on the card. So yeah, and then we've got Usos versus JOD. But then we need one more. Hey, maybe the tribal chief. But either way, we are going for Jacob Fatu Yalamin for the victory and still your US champion.
Don't need to dwell around long here. Solo Sikoa remains a complete mutt. Jacob Fatu is over as hell. Jacob Fatu is winning this.
Nico and his love for Solo forever continues. He's also one of the I love you, Solo. Yeah, right. Right. Everybody has gone down the Jacob Fatu route. Now, Leon has made a very interesting call. I was like, who's the extra man on Team Jacob? Now, if we've taken one of the Samoan brothers for the Tongans, let's take the Tongan brother for the Samoans. And I'm talking actual blood brothers on that situation. It could be a way. I did hear that he was going to NXT, but hey, let him turn up. Let it be. Yeah, and more importantly, whether he does turn up or doesn't turn up, either way, we do kind of have the whole addressing that needs to be done about the family, which has got the Bullet Club and Undisputed. Undisputed Kingdom, United. Look, the NJPW group. I will come back because it's not Will Ospreay. I mean, it was Will Ospreay's group. United Empire. There we go. Didn't even need to do a research. Right. Okay. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's talk about another non-title match in Night of Champions, which sees Sami Zayn take on Karrion Kross. How'd the guys vote? Let's have a look.
There's a real interesting take in this match. Like, are we going to see the dark side of Sami Zayn come out? I mean, Karrion Kross has definitely made it possible with that punch in the mouth he got previously. He's definitely going to get under his skin. However, is this like now the downfall of Sami Zayn? Is he just going to start losing match after match after match? Are we going to see Kevin Owens turn up? What's going to happen in this match? Obviously, it's going to execute a few demons, but I think this is kind of the match that Sami Zayn needs more than Karrion Kross. However, how much is this wind-up kind of situation going to carry on with? I mean, is this... because obviously a lot of people are behind Karrion Kross as well. Like, people want him to get a rocket on him to go to the moon. So who's really worthy of winning this one? I think in order to get that side of Sami Zayn, he's going to make it possible, and... for me, this is a really tough one, but I'm going to go with my boy, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn for the win.
Okay, Zayn versus Kross is actually quite interesting because, really, we're in Saudi Arabia, so I fully expect Sami to win. But if you want to make something of Kross, he really should win. Otherwise, you're just going to make him look silly and like some guy that always chats. Now, I reckon that if this was anywhere else, the logic would be Karrion wins, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think it's just going to be a happy moment for the Saudi Sami fans. So, Sami Zayn for the win.
Going into this, I was so sure on my answer of this. I was like, Karrion's not been about. He's been mind gaming Sami, and this is the way to prove it. He gets even deeper into his brain. And then it hit me, it's in Saudi Arabia. Now, there was a point where Sami wasn't allowed in Saudi Arabia, and then Sami's been to Saudi Arabia, and dare I say, and I don't want to call it, but once upon a time, Mansoor, of Saudi Arabian descent, wasn't allowed to lose. And he was definitely not going to lose in Saudi Arabia. Now, I'm just saying, on this entire card, there's only one man who's been to Mecca. You get where I'm going with this, right? So, as much as I want to say it, had it been anywhere else in the world, Karrion Kross would have taken the victory. Sami Zayn is taking this victory, but the feud doesn't end, and I'm now intrigued. Maybe it's now an incensed Karrion Kross trying to prove that Sami's not good enough, but Sami, I was going to say Sami could eat the pin and then get the come up, but no. It's not going to happen in Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn to win. Karrion Kross will then do what he has to do for the feud to continue, but Sami Zayn is your winner.
So, we've got a saying here that yours truly, Double V, came up with on the Ministry of Wrestling channel. Don't bet against Sami Zayn at a pay-per-view. You would be stupid to do so. However, there is a world here where Sami Zayn wins this match and then starts his rehabilitation and starts his run towards becoming a world champion, which I do think is on the cards in the next 18 months. Sami Zayn being world champion is the one huge emotional story that they still are able to sit on. Cody Rhodes has done his thing. Sami winning is the big emotional clutch. But it's not yet. We're going to have a Sami heel run before we have a Sami world champion. And Karrion Kross has been that fodder. Karrion Kross has been telling him for the last few months now, I think, you're not going to be world champion unless you learn to get your hands dirty. And he's going to fail to have learned that lesson, and it's going to come back to haunt him in this match, and Karrion Kross is going to win, possibly leading to a heel turn, but at least cementing the messaging that Karrion Kross is telling him. So Karrion Kross is winning this.
The hardest match on this card to predict is this one, because you got it. My brain keeps saying Sami Zayn, but Karrion Kross has been doing the social media push for so long, and you don't have to give him a push, really. Just let him win this, and then that could be a lead up to more of a push. And Sami doesn't really need the win. Sami can lose from now until KO comes back, but Karrion Kross needs the win. I mean, really needs the win, or else why have you got this guy in the company? So yeah, my brain's telling me to say Sami, but I'm going to go with Karrion Kross because, yeah, this guy needs the win. Karrion Kross will take this.
Okay, a bit of a division there within the ministry. Earlier I was doing a Batista and I was going to do the walk alone. Oh, I've done it now, but I said I'm going to stop singing. So that was that. But yes, two guys believe Karrion Kross. Look, as I said, any other time in the world, any other place in the world even, I would have definitely gone Karrion Kross. But hey, Sami's aiming for the win. But hey, time will tell. We will find out who's right and who is wrong. Now let's move on from one crown into another. Yes, will the Empress become somewhat demoted? Because I believe an Empress is higher than a Queen. But yes, will she be there, or will we hail Queen Jade? Hail the storm that is Queen Jade. Either way, let's have a look, guys. Asuka versus Jade Cargill. How'd the guys vote? Let's have a look.
Okay, so the Queen of the Ring boils down to this finals between, I guess, not so much a newbie now, but like one of the more current superstars against an actual veteran in Asuka. But Jade, man, like, I feel that we want to try and push Jade to the next level, and Queen of the Ring is something that you can give her, and if it doesn't work out, you can just drop her back down the card. Like, so many people this has happened with, like Serena Vega, Xavier Woods, like they both got their crowns, and it was hot for a minute, but ultimately their place on the card remained the same. But I reckon this is their first attempt at elevating Jade. So Jade needs to win. Asuka doesn't. She's done everything in this business. So I would say Jade Cargill for the win.
So a storm is coming, but can the Empress of Tomorrow stop it? Now, we have two very interesting sides. One being a very direct route, being Damage Control, who I hope are still together. We have Asuka on Raw, who could then possibly want to cash in on EO, or she may transfer to SmackDown and Damage control the titles, except the mid-card and the tags. But there we go. In that being said, I don't want to see Asuka cash in on EO. It would be a good match, but it's not the way I want to see it. But when it comes to the titles and Damage Control and Asuka, I want to see her and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, going back for the tag titles. Long form storytelling would be Jade Cargill goes, she beats Tiffany one way or another, and then Naomi cashes in. So, you know, the Queen gets cashed in on by the Money in the Bank winner. The problem is that was exactly Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax's story, but obviously this time the feud is there straight away. Nothing's to say that Naomi couldn't cash in on EO or could even cash in on a potential new winner, being Bianca Belair, should it go that way. There are so many different angles to it. But, you know, Damage Control taking full control, as I said, or Naomi being volatile and just waiting for that perfect moment and going against either of her former stablemates. But that would be with Jade winning for me to say that. Otherwise, it has no weight. Put it this way, I think Jade was green as, but there was this overhype of the storm arriving. She's come back. She didn't get the best of, well, she may have got, I can't even remember now, but I think she got the best of Naomi. But essentially, this is it now. She's come back. They've taken her off screen. She had the injury. Now I believe she's TV ready, match ready. Asuka can eat the loss. So I believe your new Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill.
While I would absolutely love to see Asuka and Io Sky go toe-to-toe at SummerSlam, they've pushed Asuka before, and I don't think she's ever been pushed that effectively, despite the fact that she's effectively, at this point, platinumed WWE. And I have a sneaky suspicion that they're probably setting up Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. So, bearing in mind that it is a two-night event, so I think all titles will be defended. And I think there's a lot more stock to have Jade Cargill win here, and then to have Naomi cash in on Tiffy time, because please God take the belt off her. Just Jade against Naomi at SummerSlam, that's money. Send Tiffany back to catering and get Bianca involved as a bystander, but not a triple threat. There's intrigue here. That go with it. Jade Cargill to win.
Yeah, when Jade showed up in the company, I thought, right to the moon. They're going to push Jade right to the moon. But I guess she was a lot greener than we thought, so she had time to, get better, improve. She has, but Asuka is the one to go for, because Asuka's just done it all. Except for I don't believe Asuka's been Queen of the Ring. Royal Rumble winner, everything like that. Only thing can't do is beat Charlotte Flair. Well, beat Charlotte Flair in the main event. But yeah, let's not talk about that. Asuka can carry Jade through a good match, and Jade can do some amazing maneuvers with Asuka. So should be a great match. But I'm gonna have to go with Asuka winning this because, yeah, it's Asuka, man. And plus, he just came back from injury. You know what? It could go either way, but I'm gonna stick with Asuka. Yeah, done.
This potentially is a very hard one for me because Asuka's just come back and I'm thinking, are they going to spoil that run with a King of the Ring tournament? Now, because it's a tournament, I think it would be safe to say that she'd be protected by that, which could mean Jade could go ahead and win it. Because I'm trying to think, who would Asuka face for the championship? I'm sure Jade has had some run-ins with Tiffany, so there's some interesting factors there. And I don't think she's going to go to another brand and choose another world championship. There's just something there about Jade going for the championship and Naomi having something to do with that. Like, there's unfinished business there as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to go with Jade Cargill to win the tournament and be the Queen of the Ring winner.
Okay, so just like I previously did, then now walks alone. I'm not going to sing it again. There is something in Asuka getting it, completing it, getting the platinum, as Nico says. However, Sheamus is missing the IC. Becky is missing the Money in the Bank. I suppose Bayley's now missing the US and IC title as well. So same goes for Asuka, I suppose. So there is still time, and there is something about WWE holding back on that one last thing for people. So we shall see. But okay, guys, that is there, and we know that one of those ladies will possibly be the main event. And why did I bring that up? Because right now it's time for the Night of Champions main event. And yes, we are talking about the other title on the line. We are talking about the undisputed Universal WWE title, or whatever the hell they call it right now. A feud that has been seen before, but the roles were reversed. But yes, people who know how to get the crowd behind them or against them as absolute masters, puppet masters these two are. John Cena, CM Punk, one more time in the summer. How did it go? Let's have a look how the guys voted. If we're running it back, let's run it back the whole way, right? So we've had Cena versus Punk. We've had Punk go through the table and John Cena cut the pipe bomb. So last time Punk won, this time it only makes it natural that John Cena wins, right? Because it's all being done in reverse and R-Truth is just in the mix of it like he was last time. He's going to try and run out. He's not going to cost John Cena the match this time. He's going to eat an attitude adjustment, which will then lead to probably another Saturday night main event match between the two. But ultimately, yes, your winner is the one, the unseen 17, John Cena.
So it seems that pipe bomb has divided fandom. For John Cena, that must have been cathartic, ripping off the guy's promo and using it against him 12 years later, or however many years it is. To be honest, the only missed opportunity I thought is in Punk's promo when he said, "Hi Colt Cabana." Cena's version was, "Hi Claudio, hi Nick Nemeth." And who was the last person? Can't even remember. If Cena had said, "Hi Colt Cabana," whoo, the fire that would have embraced. Oh man. So that was the only missed opportunity. I loved that pipe bomb. I thought it was class. The Cena heel run hasn't been class, unfortunately, though I am happy for the guy getting his kind of lifetime achievement award of being a 17-time world champion, because he's one of the greatest humans to ever live. Punk losing in Saudi Arabia just warms my soul. The guy who for so many years stood on his soapbox and virtue signaled is now being paid millions and millions to go appear there and to lose. Joy to the world. He's a hypocrite. I love everything about how reality is kind of influencing this match. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to grit my teeth and acknowledge that Punk is going to win the world title at some point. Hate everything about that. But thankfully, it ain't now. Because much to Punk's inability to comprehend this because of his inflated ego, there are bigger forces at play here than CM Punk and his inflated ego. And that's the story of John Cena and who he loses it to and his redemption arc to end his final year. Much more interesting and much more important than anything Punk could offer. So John Cena's winning this.
This match should have took place a pay-per-view ago at Money in the Bank, the one where CM Punk blow someone a kiss and went out after beating John Cena. Yeah, it should have been that pay-per-view, but I guess it's here. The good thing about it is you get to see how much of a hypocrite someone is, talking about something to Miz, and now he's going to be doing the same thing. It is what it is. We all know what my feelings are towards that person, but anyway. John Cena has to take this. John Cena's keeping that belt up until the last night. He's not going to retire the belt. I don't think he's going to leave with the belt, but he's going to stay there till the last night where Cody gets it back. That's right. I'm predicting. I'm making my own plans. But John Cena to win this, because, come on. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, for real.
This is definitely interesting TV. We have the final battle of the rivalry going over 25 years or some. CM Punk and John Cena. Now, the last time there was an epic ending to this, CM Punk ran with the title. I don't think there's going to be a replica of that. For some reason, I think someone's going to get involved, whether it ends in a disqualification or whatever of some kind. I don't think there's going to be a clear-cut win. It's going to be one of those kind of nefarious means types. So that being said, still your WWE Undisputed Champion, John Cena.
Yeah, as much as I would love to actually say like that Punk was gonna be the one to end Cena's reign, I think there's something a little bit poetic about that happening. But as I said, like before, they missed their chance to do it at the perfect place, Money in the Bank. So now it's just again, it's a big match, it's a money match, but ultimately it's just another notch on Cena's reign. Hey, Punk could put it off the possible and win, but I very much doubt it. I reckon Cena goes ahead and retains his title once again through nefarious means. I reckon that nefarious means may come the way of an attempted but failed cash-in attempt by Seth Rollins and gang. Or who knows, it might be successful, man. Seth might walk away with the title. But I think it might be a bit too early in the day to do that. So yeah, man, John Cena retains his title and rides off into the sunset a little longer. Cena for the win.
Okay. So before anyone else goes there, John Cena debuted in 2002. So a 25-year feud, I'm not too sure. 14. So don't know where the extra 11 came from, but yeah, no shots, just acknowledging before the comments. Acknowledge. So that's stage one. Stage two, let's bring it up. Nico brought it up, then brought it up. CM Punk is the voice of the voiceless, but is, sometimes you mean what you say what you mean. You are allowed to change opinions in life. You are allowed to change your opinion in life. The people just need to hear it. CM Punk, Phil Brooks, whichever way you want to be addressed on this one. You can't go out tweeting those kind of stuff and then accepting the exact same money. Look, don't get me wrong. I mocked but also cheered when Carl Anderson said, I will never go back to WWE. I'll never go to Saudi Arabia. I will just do what I need to do to get a second pool or inflated pool. Can't remember what it was, but yeah, he did turn up and he did go there. So that it happens. It happens. That's the world of wrestling. There's a lot of, dare I say, hypocrisy. But again, say what you say, mean what you mean, say what you mean what you say. I'm just going to stick with that one. Few highlights of the show. I think we only got two interesting. Another highlight of the show. I was the longest speaker on videos, and here I am still talking. So maybe I should shut up. But yeah, guys, look, please do comment below. Would love to hear your predictions. Do ring that notification bell if you have not already. Subscribe, like, comment again. Positive, negative, all the same. And also just putting it out there. Yes, we've mentioned Saudi Arabia, and I've talked about the women's street fight. I've talked about why Sami Zayn should win down there. It's the location. There's nothing, I know in this current climate, it's probably not the best thing to bring up, but we can't change the location of a show. And if we did, then I would have acknowledged that there was a change of location. But it is what it is. And history has shown what has happened throughout these times. So it's all point of references. There's nothing political here. We try to keep it as clean as we can. But until the next time, guys, I am the 1AJ, once again, representing 1/5 of them boys, or 1/5 of them boys representing the Ministry of Wrestling would be correct English. But either way, I am out, and I hope you enjoy the show. So I will see you soon.